Welcome back to the Sick Boys podcast. I'm your host, JD Denham, and across the way, not sitting next to me today, is my buddy, my co-host, Justin Wenzel, just back fresh from Tulum, Mexico. Welcome back, brother. I freaking miss you. How is life?
Oh, dude, so relaxed. Just a great reset. I know you were in Cabo as well, so we both kind of were able to take a step away for a little bit, and just kind of focus in on our family, our relationship, and all of that. So it was nice to be able to do that. We got some work done too. I'm pretty stoked on the new beer, Dad. What did you think
Yeah,
about
that's
that? I
fucking
didn't get a
sick,
chance to
bro.
really
That
talk
was
to you
dope,
about it.
bro. I always love the ones that just run and people just start commenting because it's just those are the best.
Yeah, I thought Christina absolutely crushed it.
It's great. I mean, dude, you guys are on vacation and you drop that. It's like, dude, what can be better? I
Well,
saw
we
the
got
post that
to.
you talked about, like, does bringing your videographer with you. Like, how clever is that, right?
Well, dude, that's the benefit of doing what we do, right? Like I wanted to make that perfectly clear that, you know, especially, you're an online coach as well. It's hard for you to run your peptide business abroad, right? Because you have a brick and mortar. But
Mm,
if you want to still make money while you're traveling and you want to still be able to service your clients while you're traveling, and actually you still can because you have employees at the peptide business, right? So
mhm.
we're able to travel. Well, what a lot of people may not realize is when you are a content creator, right? When part of your job or part of your business is creating content, everything is a write-off. Everything is a set.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
is a scene. Everything is wardrobe. All of it. If you have a podcast that goes with your business, all of
Right.
your stuff is stuff you can write off. So when when I travel, and obviously Freddie comes with me pretty much everywhere, anyways. But when I travel and he's with me, now I have an employee on vacation. We're filming advertisements, like where we're traveled, and we're having business dinners because we're obviously talking about like what we're doing, what our plans are
Of
for
course.
for 2026, and all of that, making the entire trip a business write-off.
Dude, you know what? So for anybody listening, here's a cool little like segue here about this. So one of the cool we talk about it so often, and we'll talk about it till the day we die because it's just so important. But again, who you hang around with, why? Because the reason I'm bringing this up right now is being around Justin and seeing his videographer is what made me get a videographer. Like, I didn't think I needed it. I was fine without it. And numerous people said I should until Justin and I started hanging out and I saw what comes from it. And you have one full time. And that's amazing because, like, that's, you have crisp cut videos from a professional, which you could do a lot of good stuff too. You've done it long enough, like but we're not professionals. That's what they do for a living. And so that's triggered me to think deeper and to think in different realms. And like, we have one that comes once a week. We get a few reels out of him, but just he's gonna do more because
Yeah.
it's worth it. It's like you said. So again, just being around the right people and this triggers you to do this. It's like, iron sharpens iron. That stuff's super real, bro. And that triggered me to get my videographer, which I'm gonna hire him to do a lot more. It's worth it.
Totally, totally. Any point that you get into this, you're going to realize that like frequency is the answer, right? Like having a lot of content, having everything on film. And the crazy thing is that some of the unplanned stuff that you do and that the videographer is able to capture performs better than the stuff you script, rehearse, and do all the
100%.
other stuff with, right? So like having somebody that's with me, and Freddie is obviously very talented. He's been doing it for a long time. I
He's
mean, he's
great.
worked with, Bang Energy. He's worked with Father Sons. He's worked with Jackson. He's worked, I mean, like literally he's done work for some of the biggest influencers, models, stuff like that out there. So he knows, he has the eye. But the other cool thing is that he's really good with a phone camera.
Yeah.
And you have to be handy with both. Like having a DSL and being good with a DSL is one thing. Being a good photographer, he's also a great photographer, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, but then being able to know, like, we're walking into a restaurant or we're doing, we're I mean engaging with people, and he knows right away, boom, I need to grab that, and he's able to capture it on the phone right away. So that timing is always so important while you're creating content, because at the end of the day, what we do has to be visual, right? Like,
Yeah.
when people see who we're working with, right? And when our content and yours and mine is always like you and me, or you, me, and someone else, or you and someone else, and it's like we're constantly working with people. Well, then the person that's viewing it is a fly on the wall, and
Yeah.
they're going, "Oh, well, hold on a second. Justin's working with like Tony Blauer, Jay Ferrugia, JD
Right.
Denham, like, right?" And
Right.
it's like, okay, like now all of a sudden your credibility goes through the roof because, right,
Right.
like video, like it used to be pics or it didn't happen. Now it's video or it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. It's been great, and it's funny. I don't know if I would assume it's kind of the same thing. If you would have said I would be a content creator a few years ago, I think you were crazy. But like, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I mean, I would imagine, and let's talk about this a little bit because I think you and I have tapped into it a little bit, but I don't even fully know about people's protocol and like. So my style is very intuition. For example, I don't know what I'm going to post the next day. There's a few that I set a timer on, but not much. I like to get up, do my thing, center myself. It takes me about an hour, and then my normal day is what I do is I scroll through some old posts of mine, and I just scroll through. I just scroll through until I hit something that triggers something in me, and I say, you know what? I'm going to post something about my bride today. I feel like honoring her today, or I'm going to do a fitness post. It's very intuition with me. It's very like, how do I feel in that moment? You're the same way because you write certain things. What I've been doing lately, whether you've seen this or not, when I'm at night, for some reason, I'm very spiritual. I'm very breaking down my day and just kind of almost to a degree centering again before I go to sleep. And so I've been writing something personal to me. And it's not for anything except for a purge. It's not for anything but me. I post it out there because our lives are now on social media and that's just who we are and we're fine with it. We're used to it. It takes a while to get to that point. But it really is for me. It's for me. Like you say how you do your writing thing. That's my writing thing to a degree. I sign it because I want people to know that I wrote it because it's mine. Like it's kind of a journal, but it's cool, man. It's a purge. I feel lighter after I do it. And that's
Totally.
such a cool thing. So that's a little bit of my protocol. I'm anxious to know this because I know other people would be interested. Tell me a little bit about your protocol. Like not the
Yeah,
Freddie stuff, but the Justin stuff that comes from your heart.
totally. So, my morning starts with Daily Stoic, and maybe you can tell from this, or maybe you can't. But my Daily Stoic is
It's
beat to
been read
shit, right?
through.
Because it's yeah, it's been spilled on. There's like a lot of times I'll be eating my meal prep, so there's like hot sauce on pages and stuff, and like
Right.
and it's like it got wet when I was down in Tulum, but it comes with me everywhere, everywhere. It's always in my backpack. Um, but you got to remember, not every entry hits you the same, right? Like some entries don't. So like let's just say, for example, there's like a great entry on gratitude, right? Well, that's going to be probably what my day and my storyline is going to be based off of. If there's something the last month, which is what obviously is December, in Daily Stoic, they're talking all about time, how much time you have left, right? So if you notice, like so much of my content in December as we closed out 2025 was about like you're wasting time. You are wasting time, right? And because it was so much of it was inspired by what I read first thing in the morning. And I'm going to reread Daily Stoic again. I'm going to continue this habit of mine of doing it, even though I've already read it just last year. So that's one thing. The next thing is I actually do doom scroll. Funny enough, like I do doom scroll. But my algorithm is full of stuff that I like to follow. Like I don't watch pointless shit, right?
Yeah.
So like my algorithm's not going to be uh goofball stuff, prank videos and things like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to be men
Yeah.
like
What you're
us.
into. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm into. So when I go through there, I'm looking for inspiration, right? The stuff that people look to my content to either motivate themselves or to inspire them to make more content. So I'm looking at
Right.
creators that I believe in, that I love their messaging,
Yep.
to pick up some of the stuff that they're talking about, and because I think it's important that the messenger matters so much. And
Absolutely.
I learned this in the auto industry. Okay. And I'm sure you can relate to this, or you've had this happen to you, and any viewer that has too. When when you're buying a car, okay, and I'm talking from the consumer's point of view. Okay, you're buying a car, and the you say like, oh yeah, I don't know if I really want to buy. I don't really want my payment to be right there, or I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm going to think about it and sleep on it. And then your salesman says this. Okay, well, let me go talk to the manager.
Every time.
Okay, every time, right?
Yeah. Right.
And if assuming that you're about to walk, what happens? The manager walks out, right? And the manager will likely say the exact same thing as the salesperson, but for some reason you're signing. And it
It's a
has
different
nothing.
voice. Yeah,
It's a
it's
different
downshift.
voice.
Yeah.
Correct. And in the audio industry, you'd be silly if you don't think that we know that. Like
Yeah.
we know that the manager, the salesperson could walk up and say, "Hey, I'm going to go grab my manager," and he could grab another salesperson.
Yeah.
That salesperson could walk up and pretend to be the manager,
Which
and
happens, I'm assuming.
right, and he could fumble fuck his way through it entirely. And guess what? Maybe the
Someone of
customer.
authority.
Right. Or just they like their voice better or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Sure.
So understanding that like the message is it's not about ripping off. It's about taking a positive message that impacted your life, rewording it or putting it in
Totally.
your own voice.
Oh,
And
totally.
and I and I know that it works because I have decades of experience doing that exact thing every
Yeah.
single day, all day
Right.
long,
Right.
and being both the salesperson and being the manager and being both sides of it. Not to mention, I've also bought cars, and they don't do that to me. But but either way, but you know what I mean. So it's that right there. Like it's a different voice.
Yeah.
And so I doom scroll, and I have no problem admitting it that you might hear me talk about something that Alex Ramosie's talking about,
I don't
and
think
I don't
there's
care.
anything wrong with that. I think that that's great.
No,
We all bite each other. Like, if I see you post something that triggers something in me, why would I not, like, to a degree, to regurgitate it in my own way? Why do bands take rad songs and redo them with their flair? Because they're freaking awesome and they're moved by it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome in my opinion.
100%. So there's that part, right? And then conversations. Okay. So for me, and you post a little more than I do lately.
Mhm.
And the reason that I've slowed down on my posting one is because like my clientele is fucking through the roof right now. So I'm actually having like it's hard to create content when I'm actually in conversations with people constantly. That at the frequency that I've been at. So my content gets inspired by those conversations,
Right.
right? If somebody's giving me some bullshit excuses, right? My content's going to come out of that conversation about bullshit excuses.
Life.
Right. So like the actual stuff I'm talking about is typically in real time with the communication that I'm having with individuals,
Right.
struggles that I'm seeing them go through or that they're expressing to me, and ways that I'm able to guide them through it. I'm like, well, you know what? Like this cat had an issue with his girlfriend or whatever, and I walked him through this situation the way that I would have done it. I'm like, well, and he took that and he thought it was really valuable and it helped him. Well, maybe there's somebody else out there that's going through the same thing with their
Totally.
girlfriend, right? So it's inspired in real time by actual conversation.
I love that though. I mean, think about what you just said, because I ironically have thought quite a bit about that on my trip, and just like, this is what I do for a living. Like, I just make cool, like, stuff that like I like to do, or something that moved me, or I talk a lot about my family because I'm with my family. I did a lot of posts about my boys and my wife because I'm on vacation with my boys and I'm with my wife. But like, we get to touch people's lives in such a unique way, just because we have a long reach. If you have 2,000 followers, it doesn't reach as far. But like, we both are blessed to the degree where we have a lot of followers, and we get to reach people's lives, because I know you get the same DMs as I do. And that's where I'm at in 2026. You and I have tapped on it a little bit, but like, man, I want 2026 to be just a freaking kick ass year. And what I'm talking about is positivity, inspiring. I want to be around men who inspire me. I want to pass that torch on to other people. I want to, how I always talk, I want to think big and do big and relentlessly chase that stuff. Just, man, I've never had the fire in me so raging for that type of stuff. Like, you're negative, you're out. I don't want it around me. I want inspiring people to just lift each other up. You just said that. I mean, we get to put out content and you get better at it, and you're able to articulate what you just said in different forms, and like that becomes like you get better at it, and it becomes seasoned and harnessed. It takes a while. Like, remember when you probably first started talking into a camera? That's weird. But
Oh,
now
dude.
we just can get on camera and just talk like we don't even, it's like a second nature. It's like eating a donut, like it's just easy. Like we just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. First getting
as you
started was
go
brutal.
into you got some big things coming into your life. If you're cool with talking about it, and you don't have to, but if I know because we're friends, but if you want to unload a little bit, tell us a little bit about what you got going on in life, brother. I mean, you're not here, which it sucks for
Yeah.
me because I like hanging out with you and the Fred dog, and but like I'm happy for you. I'm one of the people that am very, very excited for my friends when they do well and they have successes and whatnot. So, do you want to elaborate and touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. So, a couple things. Obviously, it's all over my social media. I got engaged, and and that this relationship is incredible, and we're very happy, and we're moving forward with our lives. We're not, we're both, uh on our back nine, you know what I mean? And not really, but we're still young, but we're still, we're getting older, and it's like,
Yeah.
we want to explore life together and grow together and stuff like that. And we have the biggest reason that I think we share such a similar vision, right? And of course, like being in love and having a wonderful bond with each other, we also have a big vision for our futures that we want to do together. Um, Based on business alone, the beautiful thing about my business is I can move it very easily. Hers is brick and mortar. She has a facility here in Scottsdale, so it makes more sense for me to relocate JWX to Scottsdale. And the industry out here is great. There's a lot of opportunity out here. There's a lot of things that are going. I love the desert. It's incredible. I love the beach too. But my preferences have changed a little bit in terms of where I see myself living. And so that obviously was a big push, was from meeting my person out here. But also, just like I see there's a lot of opportunity for us. We have a vision to create a strength and wellness center. And that's a big goal of ours, is to create a strength and wellness center in Scottsdale. And so that's going to be something that we're going to be pursuing here in 2026. Um, and I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really special. So, and then on top of that, obviously a wedding in Sedona is our plan in November, and just and all of that. I also, by the way, realized how easy it was while coming here to to date Christina. It was, it's just as easy to go there to work, shoot, stuff like that. So you won't be seeing, much less of me, maybe not on the day to day, but we're literally an hour and a half away from each other.
Yeah, super easy. But dude, that's exciting, man. I mean, those are things in some of my past where, we've discussed it and I've thrown out some stuff that might even, you might even like see what I've posted or maybe not, but whatever. Not everybody's rooting for you, man. And I'm freaking rooting for you. I think that that's amazing. We love Christina, Alyssa and I love Christina, and just, dude, I love it. I think it's amazing, bro. I know you're gonna accomplish what you're talking about. I know you're gonna set those up. I know who you are. That's why I freaking love you. That's why I hang out with you, because you do big shit, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Good for you.
I
You deserve
think
it.
I think too, just like, challenging a lot of fears and a lot of like, uncertainty in life. Like, I preach it so much. I constantly talk about, like, your fears and your uncertainties, and yet I spent, a couple of years not living at my fullest potential, or not, or letting certain uncertainties keep me from doing exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I threw that away last year. I said I'm done with that shit. And I didn't throw it all away at once, right? Obviously it took me a little bit of time um to get over some other things. But now it's like, you have to move forward. You have to just go. People spend so much time on the edge of the pool dipping their toes in,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, they're like, "Yep, adult swim," and you're like, "Fuck, I can't even get in now." And the adults jump in and they're having a blast, and you're sitting on the sidelines like you can't, you're not even welcome in anymore. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be the guy whose time expires and exactly what I want. I just sat around wondering or worried about the uncertainty or anything along those lines. It's really foolish. And coming up at 40 years old, you know how many 40-year-olds I know that are like miserable in their lives that didn't
Most.
jump, that didn't go. Right, like next to all of them,
Right.
next to every single 40-year-old that I know, they're fucking miserable. And they'll say that they aren't, but I know because
Yeah.
I talk to them. And guys confide in me constantly. And it's like, on the surface it looks like they have everything straight, but they wish they would have done other things.
Well, why? But why though? Because when whether it's conscious or subconscious, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. When we're not living up to our full potential of us, you know, of what our capabilities are, we have discontentment, we have anxieties, we have alcohol poured on them. It doesn't matter. It comes in all kinds of different forms, right? So like people that take those risks are the ones that have huge rewards because they're stepping outside of comfortability. Everybody wants to be in this little box of comfortable, but the people that step outside of that box where it's risky as shit, those people get the big rewards. But financially too, and all these things, cool. But like peace of mind and contentment, joy. Um, what I heard from that, in my opinion, what you just said was you spent a year kind of fixing yourself and kind of clearing up some different things. We've talked about it, so I could say that. So focusing on your discipline and like kind of going to the back door to kind of fight some different things that you've that surfaced again. But when you do that, you heal. It's that law of attraction that brings in the right things. And there you go. That's where you're at. So
Right.
I'm sure if a year ago you didn't think you would be in Arizona and moving to Arizona, but you're there because that's where you're supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, I
It's really
believe
that
that.
simple. You know what I mean?
It
So
is.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. Well, that's good stuff, brother. I'm excited for you. We'll still not lifting every day and stuff, but it'll be cool, bro. I mean, I know you're gonna set up a studio there, and we'll do some stuff live, and it'll still be cool, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. You'll have a place to come out here too, right? Like,
Absolutely.
and
Give me a
that's
reason
just,
to come out to Arizona, baby.
dude, it's such a vibe. It's such a vibe out here.
I love
Um,
it. Any
but yeah,
other big goals that you have for going into 2026? I mean, those are big ones, but anything else in regards to something that you've
yeah.
kind of manifested or
Try bread.
I
Try
love it.
bread. I'm honestly, it's so funny because I had another mentor of mine tell me that they believe that the beard brand will be the greatest business that I've ever touched.
Mine looks good. I love it, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yours is mine's. You know what? I'm still in. I haven't even showered since I got home last
Good
night.
for
So
you,
I'm
bro.
there's still salt water
This
from
still looks
Tulum in
good.
my.
Looks
Yeah,
great.
it's all right. It can be better, but yeah, I believe in Tribrid. I believe the product is the best. I literally wore it in a dirty beard all week in the jungle, and my beard looked perfect constantly. Smelled great. Um,
What's funny is what I've usually used before that is I've just used a lot different of a style, softer, but using that hard thick brand that we have on ours is great, bro. I love it. It just makes it
yeah.
more just easier to kind of keep straight because I like it straight. I've loved
Oh
it. I've
yeah,
enjoyed it.
my
So
my
obviously it's
beard.
going to sell well because it's
Oh,
actually
a
worth
big
it.
time. And so, I've had a fully grown beard for, and I guess I've talked about it before. I've shaved it up, I've taken it down, but I've never shaved it off. But I've had a big beard my entire adult life. And so I started growing a beard when I was 18 years old. I'm 39 years old, so 21 years I've
You've
had a
never
beard.
since 18 you've had a beard.
I've had a beard.
Oh shit! Wow.
And I've styled my beard as well. So like, like I've always had like, the different products, the hot combs, like all this stuff. Like I've been doing this for a long time. So I've used
Right.
every product and I've used everything. I used to use like Murray's, the stuff that the that
Old school.
like, yeah. They're like people like black dudes wear it for like their waves. And that stuff's like thick, really thick. I don't know what I can say, what I can't get away with, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're good, baby.
Um, but I've used the Murray's stuff. I've used like hair products. I've used every beard balm, everything under the sun. And so as biased as I sound because it's our brand, it's true. The products that we're using between the beef tallow, the white chocolate cacao, my beard has never been healthier or felt healthier. I have no scratching, no itching, no flaking, nothing.
Yeah,
It's a little clumpy because it is so thick. So you have to get it hot. Like you have to warm it
you
up
got to.
nice.
It's taken a while for me to catch up to like you got to get it hot. You
Yep.
got to get it. Be careful to get it like under here because it's thick. So you got to just make sure you shape it right. But yeah, it's
Yep.
been great, man. I'm excited about that too. I'm excited to kind of get creative with us three creative son of a bitches and kind of do
Yeah.
some content with us three, bro. And we can sit down and actually do some stuff. Dude, I bet you it's gonna be great.
Well, yeah, on
We're
the
creative
surface, it's like
dudes.
none of us have any business owning a cosmetic brand, right?
Yeah,
Like a hair product line, but like,
right.
but we got what works for us. We get people to compliment us on our beards all the time, and Jeremy is kind of the mad scientist behind the ingredients, and I love the fact that it's like edible, that it doesn't make your skin break out, and I believe in it. The truth is, I'm excited about everything, and I think I'm
Yeah.
I'm 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 equally excited. But if you could pick one project that I just think is going to be so much fucking fun that I have a passion of, it's the beard line. It
Yeah. It's
is
gonna
what
be
it is.
great, bro.
Like
I'm excited.
my coaching business, consulting business, mentoring business, they all do fine, right? Like they're all great. I've built these things successfully. The beard line's a new venture. It's something I've never thought I could do before, and so I'm stoked.
But like what you said, plural, we were talking about businesses, and that's what is rad. Like thinking big and doing a lot of stuff, dude. Because why? Because we can. Because we will work our asses off to make it work, right?
Oh
That's what it's
yeah,
about, baby.
yeah,
That's what it's about.
yeah. Fuck
Work
it.
ethic ain't a problem. Discipline, consistency ain't a problem. It'll be good.
Yeah. And you know
I'm
what? If
excited.
if Tri-Braid doesn't sell, guess what? I'll use it all on myself. I'll buy it all
True
up.
that, baby.
But it will. It will. And
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm it's just passionate. Um
I'm
and
excited,
so
man.
yeah.
I'm excited. So I know you're going to be a little bit longer, but I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this year. I want to end it there and just kind of let you get back to life. I'm going to go spend some time with my bride too. Anything else before you want to dip out?
No, this was great. This was really
Okay,
great.
man. I'm excited. I'm excited for the stuff that's to come. I'm excited to see you, bro. I want to lift some weights. I want to
Oh
lift some
yeah.
weights too when you're back. So, well, give her love to Christina. Is Freddie there? Is he here?
He'll be here Monday.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I love you, buddy, and we'll get together soon, man.
All right. I love you too, dude.
All right, guys. Next time. Later.